Good morning, guys. It's Tommy here of Stadia Arcadia. I just wanted to put out a quick video really to address a new schedule that I'm going to be going along to now. Reasons for this are twofold really. One, I just need to organise what I'm doing a little bit more. Makes life easier for me. And secondly, that makes life easier for you guys. You'll know what kind of content to get and when it should be coming out. I mean, obviously, if you guys are subscribed and you've hit the notification bell, you already know when I put something out, but what that doesn't include is knowing what it's going to be or anything like that. So the plan here really is to really just sort of format what my channel is going to be about. So going to start with Sundays because that's the day that we do the StadiaSource podcast. You can find us live online at 9 p.m. GMT time, or obviously on the StadiaSource YouTube channel. You can watch that back at any point. That's a good place, I think, for me to start. So you know that I'm generally going to be a part of that most weeks, unless for some reason I can't make it, along with Dan and Duncan. And then sometimes it's Ash, sometimes it's Adam, various other people come into that as well. But generally speaking, you'll find that live at 9 o'clock GMT time. So that then brings me on to a Monday. Mondays are going to be my new day for doing live streams. I'll make sure that it'll be roughly an hour-ish, depending on what it is and how long that goes on for, also how many people get involved. But again, 9 p.m. GMT time, you're going to be able to find a live play session going on my YouTube channel. I'll always tweet the links out to this so on beforehand, and also more information about what the stream's going to entail. Then throughout the rest of the week, my plan is on a Wednesday and a Friday to get something else out to you guys. Now, this could take all sorts of shapes and formats. Generally, it's going to be a pre-recorded piece of content. Reason being, I'm going to start doing more gameplay through the week and recording it, and then obviously I can just put things in over the top of that, about talking about news, about games, reviews maybe. It's just going to fit a little bit easier around what I'm doing at home, especially while we're all at home at the moment. I just want to take a couple of minutes also just to again talk about the base launch. I feel like the word base is going to be removed very shortly, and it's just going to be known as Stadia, and I think that's a much better approach. But as it stands right now, it's being referred to as base from a free perspective. Now, if you haven't seen the news that is sort of everywhere at the moment, Stadia is now available to everybody in the supported countries for free. They're also giving you a 2-month free pro subscription, which I highly recommend you take advantage of because it gives you access straight away to 9 games, which total $167 worth of purchases for free. Nothing. Now, there's a caveat to that, and that is that if you decide to let your pro subscription lapse, any games claimed from that pro trial or pro in general will not be playable. They're still in your catalog, but you would have to reactivate your pro subscription to play those games. It's important that you guys are aware of that. And also, we're going to get another selection of games come to that at the end of this month in April, and we'll get another selection come again at the end of May. Now, we don't know how many games that's going to be. Historically, it's always been a minimum of 2. We've had plenty of months where it's been 3 as well. And we get games that come to the Stadia platform as a pro game. So they are mixing up what that's about. More importantly, though, I think for especially the new players that are coming to the platform, is that we're going to start seeing some really heavy pro deals. Now, that to me is one of the biggest selling points for the Stadia as a platform, that if you're new to this, you've got the 2 months to see what it's all about and try some games out, but you're going to get access to some of the big discounts, meaning you can go and purchase some of the bigger titles on Stadia, and they will remain within your library forever. As long as you have access to it, then you can go in and play those games without a pro subscription. Obviously, that does then entail that you'll only be able to play them up to 1080p, but I don't know about you guys, but I actually tend to play them in 1080p within my Chrome browser more than I do on my 4K TV. That's just a personal preference, that it's my little space, it's my comfy way to play games. And with the advent of Stadia Plus, you can force 4K now. That obviously means you're not going to get a native 4K image if you don't have a 4K display, but what it is showing is that you are getting a sharper, crisper image. Now, you will still incur a higher bandwidth usage, so you must make sure that your internet is capable of handling that, and if it isn't, you are going to be adversely impacted. So it's worth trying, but being aware that it may not work out better for you. There was a post on Reddit recently, which I will link in the description below, which demos exactly that. It gives you, using JavaScript, the ability to scroll left and right and see two images that were taken from the same monitor, one with forced 4K over VP9 and one without. It's head and shoulders different. So I've now tried this with a couple of games, and I agree that the image quality is definitely better, even though it's 4K scaled down to 1080p. It's just crisper, there's more detail. But I've also noticed that I'm getting more sort of, lag isn't the right word, but like pixelation spikes, textures not popping quite as quickly as they do usually. So it's all about balance. But guys, honestly, just go and let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and experiences have been with Stadia since this launch. Have you noticed more people in the games? Because I certainly have. When it comes to matchmaking games now, I'm getting in the games much quicker, and I'm seeing more people around as well, which is fantastic news for the platform. I'm going to wrap this up here now, guys. Just a quick recap. I'm now going to be doing the StadiaSource podcast on Sundays. I'm going to be doing a live stream on Mondays, and then on a Wednesday and a Friday, you are going to be getting some more content from me. That isn't going to include this week. This week is kind of taken up by other things I've got to do, sorting out with work and so on. But I will, from this Sunday coming, that's going to be my schedule. So give me a like, guys, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that notification bell, because it's going to mean that you guys also get a visual notification of when I'm coming online, or when I put new content out. And let me know in the comments what your thoughts are with Stadia. If there's any requests of games that you want to see me play or features you want to see me talk about, then feel free to post them up, and I'll do my best to get back to you on that as well. All right, guys. That's it for now. As I say, make sure you check out StadiaSource.com for all of your relevant information and news on the Stadia platform. And check out the content creator section. It's a list of all of the content creators that are out there making awesome content on the Stadia platform. And there will 100% be people on there that you haven't seen yet. And if you have seen them all, you're really lucky. But all right, guys, thanks very much for your time. And we'll see you later on Stadia.